Okay, mental note for sanity's sake. Okay, you've been fed Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny, and Jack and Jill, and Humpty Dumpty, and Little Boy Blue, and on and on and on. Alright, now listen to me for your sanity's sake. Before the big mind bomb is dropped on you in the 2020 report, you're going to have to substitute two thoughts. You're gonna have to substitute one set of information and memories you have in your head for another set that has been given to you. All right, this space thing, space movies, spaceships, space planets, anything space. Substitute the space for what you know about the water. See, it's easy for me. I'm from a different time. I'm from the time of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, which is the equivalent of a space movie underwater. All right? And it's not your usual submarine movie. No, it's not even. It's the equivalent of a space movie underwater. That's all I can tell you if you wasn't there. You might be able to dig it up in some retro on Hulu or somewhere. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. And you're going to see a long line of actors, names of the same names you see today. You're going to see the people who put them in the game. But anyway, that's another story. So I can picture, it was easy for me to substitute space for water because I had something to work with. You're going to have to do it on your own. You're going to have to take out the open space outside of the spaceship and put water outside of it. It's real easy. Look, Star Trek, all the shows. How is the bridge ran? It's ran like a ship. Everything's named after a ship. A submarine, a ship. It's not named after a space thing. Everything in it is down to Navy specs. The names, the lingos, all of it, the titles, the ranks, it's all there. You could check. You could check. It's all water. Your court system. Did you know that that's just not some artistic architecture in the courtroom? That is designed to look like the deck of a ship, that's what it is. Did you know that this little move that you see happen that you never understood and you never asked any questions about, how the judge just gets up for no reason and he goes down and he goes through a little door and then he comes back out and he sits back down again. All right, see, the first time he come out, they say, "I'll stand, Judge such and such is presiding." But when he gets down and he goes through that little door and he comes back, he's not the judge anymore. He is now the captain of the ship. This is where the javel come in at. This is where the little wooden swing gate that you have to pass through to get to the witness stand. All this is the deck of a ship. And all of the laws, all of the procedures are for seafaring merchants doing business with people on land. All right? It's a reenactment of sea laws that aren't valid on dry land that they're doing to you. The whole thing is invalid on dry land. They can't do it on dry land. And so if you learn the law and you find this out, then you become one of them rich lawyers that seem to be able to get anybody off of anything. Because all you got to do is pull them to the side and tell them, hey, you know none of this stuff is valid, right? Do you really want to expose it in this case? Do you want to make precedents for that in this little case? And just say, oh, no, never mind, boom, and that's it. This DA don't even know what hit him. Never got the information. There are DAs who are attorneys who get so wrapped up in it, they forget that this thing ain't real. See, there's two laws. There's common law, and there's this thing called Admiralty Maritime Law. That's that law that I'm telling you about. The ship's captain, the ship's deck, the ritual they go through, the swearing your hand on a book when in a system that says it's separating state from religion. They keep wanting putting religious things in the Pledge of Allegiance and national anthem, and now you come into the courtroom and they had to. What is that book you're swearing on now? It can't be a Bible. You're doing what you don't know. You could be swearing on the book of Satan. Don't know. You don't even know what book you're swearing on. That's what I'm saying about this whole thing. You have to learn your law. Okay. You have to know where you're standing and know your law. Now look, switch your mind to the water. Switch your mind to you being a merman or a merwoman if you have to. And that some kind of way you've been dragged out of here on dry land and brainwashed, and you just learn to make do. You learn to walk and stuff. You still feel dehydrated all the time, but you're making by, you think, but you're dying hundreds of years early. Think of it that way. You belong in the water or something like this. All right, and that space is all water, and that's a big piece of glass like a fish tank separating the water from coming down and washing everything away. All right, and to go out there is to go through the water, not to go through space. Okay, because most of that stuff that you've been told is out there is really inside here with you. That's something you got to prepare your mind for. You got to prepare your mind for something that is really, really big. Okay, that yeah, that's the sun. Well, a sun, and that's a moon. All right, but and this is a world. Okay, but it might not be the world that you or I was taught it was. All right, because we were taught by people who were told it was. Look, I don't know if I should be saying this. I don't know if this note should be published for everyone to defy the law. It's not that's what it's for. But let me tell you something. This is a recreation, a re-all, a remake of everything. Okay? Perfectly made. Every little bit of it. Too perfectly made. Okay? When you erase something from someone's mind, you're not supposed to leave any evidence of the things that you erased. Well, the copy was made so well that things that were buried in the ground were copied too and discovered as decovered, uncovered. All right, and people started saying, "Hey, we don't know nothing about this. We don't know nothing about. How can you forget something like this? How can we this? What? How come we never saw this before? You know?" And nobody thought about that. All right, maybe there wasn't any before. Okay, that there was a before in the real world, but this isn't the real world. This is a smaller version of that world. Okay, like there could be a giant you out there. Okay, you know how you know? Because right now we're getting up on the age where you can make a smaller you. You know, you can recreate you down in a video game, and it does every you done put your whole everything into it, and it knows what you like and what you don't. It can work without go without you. Okay, well, when you get to putting the puzzle together, you're gonna come that's how it fits. Like when you want to say, like, well, who is God? Where is God? What is this in these tales that I tell? Looks like okay, all right, And so, how do I say this? Infinity, infinity looks more like the flat Earth theory that has another earth inside of it called the hollow earth, where the people are smaller, but it's a complete replica of the flat earth. Okay? They think that they're in the real world, and that's the real sun and the real everything, and that they're the real size. But the people above them, their little hollow earth thing up there in the upper flat earth, are bigger than them. The sun's bigger, the moon's bigger, the trees are bigger, everything's larger. They're like giants to people in the inner. Now, this whole flat earth thing is nothing but a hollow earth of a bigger earth. Do you understand how far this can go? To God is so macro big, it's like an ant crawling up the Statue of Liberty. It has no concept that it's a Statue of Liberty in form of a woman or even concrete. You know, it's just too big for an ant it could spend its whole life on one little part and never know the rest of the statue. All right. So it's sort of like that's God's beyond your scope of you got a whole bunch of layers to bust through before you could even be thinking. God will pop your brain. I see so many religious nuts walking around lost it with a sign. Prepare, Jesus is coming tomorrow. You know, nutty as a fruitcake because it popped. You can't wrap your mind around God. You can't describe God. So trying to wrap your mind around God is putting too much strain on your brain. Trying to define God is beyond your education and learning. Trying to picture God is beyond your visual ability to even conceive. Any way you look at it, what are you doing? Well, you could be doing something else more beneficial because you're not going to get anywhere with that. I promise you, no one ever has. It's just the eternal quest until you die. And you hoping after that there's an answer. You still don't know. So, like I said, it's beyond you. What are you reaching at something that's beyond you? What is the purpose of that? Okay? You could not handle it if you could. And so the world may be more complicated than you think, okay? The little silicon chips falling down to the ground aren't meteors from space. They're crumbs from the crack that you call the Milky Way. Global warming and all that crap is going to turn out to be something else altogether, you know? The machine, which it is, a living machine. I'm going to tell everybody something in case this, because I done said way too much now. Ain't no sense in holding back now if this note gets out. So this note's probably gonna be kept on a lock and key. But I'm gonna put this in here too. The thing you're living in that you misnamed a planet, world, it's a living organism, a machine. All right. That tree in your yard is a tree you planted, but there are trees in this world that are roots of other trees across the world. I mean, one end is a tree here, and the roots go through the world and become a tree in another land. That's a natural tree. Don't notice crap that you planted. It's all fragile. You very seldom will ever see a real tree unless you like go to Africa or something. All right, so this thing is alive. All right, just like you. Water is his blood. Okay, water is its blood. Okay, now it's alive. That skin, okay? When you dig a hole, you dig out of it. But its skin heals itself just like yours, unless you do something like put a metal plate in there, a piece of plastic, uh, um, I don't even want to say that. I don't even put them people in this like that. But you put cement down and you build a building right there, it can never heal. Okay. You chop a tree completely up and turn it into boards or a house or a table, it's dead. It'll never come back. You can't plant them boards and they'll turn into a tree again. You can call them mistakes. You can call it some evil plot and conspiracy. It really don't matter what the hell you call it. Only matters is what it is. Um, it's alive, and it's a reason I call it a machine. Is this? Check this out. You know the machine on Star Trek called the Replicator? You're in a giant one. You know the machine called a holodeck? You're in a giant one. You're in a giant machine of all machines. And here's how it works. It don't speak English. It don't speak Mandarin. It don't speak Arabic. It don't speak Spanish. It don't speak Hindi. It don't speak any of your made up languages and stupid sounds where you can just attach any picture you want to any sound and think you created something. Just an unnatural act you doing speaking. It is done messed up the natural order of things. Sound's supposed to go like this to your brain. When you hear a sound, it's supposed to put an image of whatever is making that sound in your head. An elephant, you can tell an elephant, a tiger, you can tell a plane, a car, all right? But you ain't supposed to be able to hear the sound car and see that thing that you call a car because it's called something else somewhere else. Sound has messed you up. All right. Now it doesn't speak that language. The machine speaks the universal language, the language that the animals speak when you think they're understanding you and they're using telepathy. It's the language of pictures, mental images. Okay? This is the universal language of all beings. Okay? Now, this is the language that the planet speaks. The planet speaks this language. So whatever and it's designed to one purpose. It ain't designed to hurt you at all. It's designed to sustain you, keep you alive forever. And if it ain't doing that, you fucked it up. And so that's what's wrong. Now, this is what it's designed to do. It can only do what it's designed to do. Like your robots. It's designed to give you what you want. How does it know what you want? By what you are thinking. So if you're sitting here thinking about something bad or something bad that happened to you, it thinks you want that and it's going to give you more of it. Whatever you say, whatever you think is, that's what's going to go down. If you keep thinking I need some money, you will always be needing some damn money, some kind of way. If you start acting like I have money, you will always have money. Have you seen them people? They don't even know how the machine works, but it's just what they were thinking. Okay? It's so easy. Come on, it's a magic machine to give you whatever you think. All you have to do is picture it, and it'll give it to you. I use it right in front of your face. What do you think this is some magic? Did you see the movie? I wasn't just like you, I was worse than you. What was the real secret? You seen all the products that helped and all the services and all the equipment and all the hoopla and promotions, and they were all true. They all contributed something. All right, we utilized them things, but what the essence of it was that make give people ability to move and walk again. What is that? It's called will. The ability to know what will is and how to work it is what I'm gonna give them. What they were supposed already had the whole damn time, and something or something happened. All right. Now, so you just have to think the right thoughts. But your mind is out of your control. You're not controlling your thoughts. Your thoughts are controlling you, and other people are dictating them thoughts. So they're controlling you. That's a long way from control your mind and you control yourself. Control yourself and you control your life. That's a long way from that. That simple formula in the beginning, in the purple pill. It's a long way from that. When you don't have control of your mind, other people are, you sleep with the TV on and let other people decide what's going to be in your mind. They're deciding what you're thinking, even in your sleep, and when you wake up too. When you listen to a song, your mind is thinking about the words of that song. It isn't thinking your own thoughts. So if you spend all your time listening to music, you are never thinking for yourself. Never. If you spend all your time watching television, you are never thinking for yourself. So how do other people get what they want? They put what they want on television and it's in your brain. So they have you thinking for them to have stuff. You're sitting there willing them to have stuff too. You be like, wow, they really got it going on. I wish I was them. And man, that's he the man. And they get bigger and bigger and bigger because the machine is saying, hey, it's the will of the people. And you being played by the few who know. And when they don't feel guilty, you know why? Hey, some people over there made a video called The Secret. And they giving it out there for free on YouTube. If you didn't watch it, I'm sorry. And they've been telling you this in every home study course, in every positive thinking book that you ever heard. I don't care about the train in the background. I don't care. It's too late now. This is over the rainbow. We're not in Kansas no more, okay? And then you hear the attempts. It's a machine. Now, what I'm learning is that's how the machine's supposed to work. But if someone else gets control of the people, some alien factor or some group of people, they can control the machine by controlling the thoughts of the people. Now do you see the goal of mind control? Why someone would want to even do this in the world? I know you were thinking, oh, who could do this to the world? Some evil people. It's gotta be the devil. I know what you're thinking. But now can you see it clear why someone would want mind control? The same people who would want control of the planet or want the resources or whatever, true control of the planet is in controlling the minds of the people because the planet obeys the minds of the people. There's no buttons you can push, no levers you can turn. There's nothing you can do, but it's only one way that it works from the minds of the people. It's just in sync, created as a unit. Now, so make sure they don't find this out. Make sure they don't find this out. And make sure they don't find this out. Because then they would know as much as me. And they wouldn't look up to me. And why would they use their wishes on me? They would use their wishes on themselves. I ain't gonna tell them that. I'm gonna come to them and I'm gonna say, hey, I'm getting ready to do this. Wish me well. Okay, good luck. You see how it works? You just been God. And you didn't even see it. You didn't even see it happen. It's worse than a pickpocket. Regular old guy next door. That's how them guys looked and they live too, even the bum guy. Hang on, this is getting ridiculous. No, I'm gonna leave it on so you can hear. Do you know what time it is in small town America? Everybody over here is asleep. Or they're down and they're doing TV town in their park. Everyone who lived here been living here for years. They don't drive cars like that. They don't come through here flying at that speed when they do. And they don't have anywhere to go around here after the store closes. Okay, and people going to work don't come this way for no reason. They go out of the city the other way. So this is intentional outsider noise, and it's becoming irritating to me. It's like someone telling me what I should say and shouldn't say, and not saying it using these. I don't want to even insult nobody. All I know is I want a record of it here, so I put it here in the serious note with the rest of the stuff. Everyone don't need to know this is decided by people who already know. You see how that move goes? What if someone decided they didn't need to know? See how that goes? I can't do that. I can't do it. You know? Not we can't go through this another 100 years, another 1,000 years. That's not the prophecy. That's not how it's told. Time travelers, whoever you blame it on the boogie, I don't care. But that's not the way that it was presented to me. Okay? We got 1,000 years coming of some cool stuff. I'm not performing no miracle. I bet my whole life on it, and it's coming to pass. That's what you see. I bet on the right horses. You know, anyone who bet on wrong should have knew they was gonna lose. They wasn't even stupid enough to tell you that in the movies, man. All through the history of inventing the movies, the good guys always win. Always. Bad always loses in the end. They don't stop the trilogy until they kill it. You know, they leave a hint of it could always come back, or its son, or whatever. They find a way to resurrect things, and blah 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 blah. Well, all I'm saying, that's just hey, trying to make money. But they told you the truth. That's the way it go. Um, they make you think positive and negative are equal forces, canceling out each other. No, no, no. That's like saying fire and water are equal forces canceling out each other. No, water cancels out fire, point blank, bam. All right, and the ground's wet still. It don't. It's not total. It's some evaporation, but it's not totally evaporated. Fire is totally extinguished, gone. All right. Let me tell you how trickology works. And when I say tell you, I mean I'm going to do something where your mind catches it itself and you are actually doing it. You are taught and programmed. You hear it in the background. You got to fight fire with fire. No, you fight fire with water.